I'm Matt Hurt at Obsessive Viewer on Twitter.
I'm Tiny at Obsessive Tiny on Twitter.
And this is the Obsessive Viewer podcast presented by ObsessiveViewer.com live at Indy PopCon 2017. Hey guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Obsessive Viewer. It is our yearly PopCon episode. We did things a little bit different this year. Years past at Indy PopCon, we would ask the guests at the convention a specific question, and then we would talk about it on the podcaster stage, and that would be basically the theme of the episode. This year, however, what we did was we went ahead and just talked to some of the vendors and our convention friends, and then we asked them a question. We asked them who their favorite movie or TV villain of all time was and why. We got some really great answers and talked to a lot of great people, both ones that we knew and ones that we just met. It was a lot of fun. Our podcast stage time, during that we interviewed Justin from MovieBuff. It's a card game that is a ton of fun, and we're going to be raffling off a copy of the game at Shocktober in Irvington here in a few months. Justin was super cool. You'll hear our interview with him, and we play the card game that he invented on the podcast. It's a lot of fun. So you can find links to everyone that we talked to and all the stuff that we talk about in the episode in the show notes of the episode and at obsessiveviewer.com/OV214. And again, we had a blast at Indy PopCon. It's always a great time. It was our 4th year and the city's 4th year hosting it. So it was a big event for us, obviously, like it is every year, but it was cool to see how the convention feels like it's coming into its own. Like there weren't many hiccups or anything. It seemed like everyone was firing on all cylinders, and it was just a blast. So it was a lot of fun. So I don't know how I'm going to edit this yet, but I'm probably going to go ahead and jump into the vendor. I'll probably put some of the vendor. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm recording this Friday night. I don't even have my equipment out. I'm just using the H2N, and I'm 31 now. We started doing PopCon and the podcast and everything when I was 28, and this is Friday night after midnight. Don't judge me, but I'm sitting here watching The Simpsons. And, this is the first time this week where I feel like I'm not exhausted from PopCon. This whole week, I've just been so out of it. I called off work on Monday and just slept all day, and then every day the rest of this week has just been exhausting to me. So, anyway, I'm gonna get to this episode here. Now, first we're gonna, I guess, game time decision. I'm going to go ahead and put the interview with Justin from MovieBuff first, and then we'll go into our vendor interviews that we had with several vendors throughout the convention. We were right next to our friends Pat and Tyler from The Nerds Are Looking For. We also talked to the ladies from Hypable.com. They were super fun, super cool. Even though I berated them with my conversation about the Dark Tower with them. Also, we met some really awesome Dark Tower fans, because me and Tiny wore Dark Tower shirts on Sunday, and they stopped and we talked to them. They were from Columbus, Ohio. I don't remember if we talked about it when Tiny and I recorded, but we talked to them for 20 minutes about the books and the movies, movies, hopefully. And they both had Dark Tower tattoos. I posted it on Instagram. It was cool. Anyway, we also talked to, of course, Tony Troxel from Geeking in Indiana. He's such a blast. I really had a lot of fun kind of bugging him throughout the convention. I hope that next year we can get our booths a little bit closer. That's not like a euphemism or anything. Anyway. Also our friends from CinemaSide were there. They were awesome. And also, our friends, Tommy and Chad, and also Jared from Billy and Brennan. They were working the, By the Rights booth, for their game that we had them on the podcast, a few months ago, and we played the game. And, it was so, I felt so happy seeing them, there, because Friday I stopped by and chatted with them, and I saw they had a really good setup at their booth, but I saw that they had stacks of the game and everything, and they had a table set up where they were playing the game and demoing it and everything. It was a really good setup. And then that was Friday morning, and then I think Friday evening, Friday evening, I went by and there's hardly any games on their table because they sold so many. I was so happy to see them have such success at the convention, because they're good people and the game is an absolute blast. Which, speaking of which, and I will just do this now and then plug away and then we'll get to the episode. But speaking of which, today I did receive, my extra copy of By the Rights, which will be raffled off at Shocktober in Irvington. Shocktober in Irvington is our one-night event screening of short horror films from local filmmakers here in Indianapolis. We rent out the Irving Theater for one night, and we screen the short films, we interview the filmmakers, do a Q&A, live podcasting, we raffle off prizes and gift cards to Irvington businesses. All of it's to benefit the Irvington Historical Society. This is our 4th year doing it, and tickets are officially on sale. You can go to shocktoberinirvington.com for the Facebook event page, as well as the link to buy tickets. As of this recording, today it is July 15th, from now until September 4th, if you buy your tickets, it's only going to be $6. And then after September 4th, after Labor Day, the tickets are going to go to $8. So go ahead and buy your tickets now. It's October 6th, 2017 at the Irving Theater at 8 p.m. If you're in Indianapolis, my goal is to make sure that somewhere that you go, anywhere that you go, you will see a flyer for this damn event. I'm actually really excited about it. I think this is going to be our best year yet. Chad and Greg and I just had a big meeting tonight. Tiny couldn't make it, and I don't know, guys. I think it's going to be our best one yet. So go ahead and check it out. Shocktoberinirvington.com. Buy your tickets, and make sure you share the event page on Facebook, and share it around social media. So anyway, without further ado, here's our interview with Justin from MovieBuff, the awesome card game based on movie trivia. And then after that, we'll go into our vendor interviews, asking vendors who their favorite movie or TV villain of all time is and why. And once again, thank you so much for listening, and enjoy the episode. I'm Matt Hurt at Obsessive Viewer on Twitter.
I'm Tiny at Obsessive Tiny on Twitter.
And this is the Obsessive Viewer podcast presented by ObsessiveViewer.com, live at Indy PopCon 2017 on the podcaster stage, here in the food court, bugging everyone while they're eating their meals and everything. Hey, guys.
It's dinner and a show.
Right.
Dinner and a show.
So if you guys aren't familiar with us, we're a weekly movie and TV podcast that covers a specific topic, whether it's a genre, trope, movie, or show. Each episode, we've been to Indy PopCon the last 4 years. It's always a blast. We do themed episodes like detective movies, romantic comedies, and TV Neighbors, some more obscure ones like that. And then we also do movie reviews and TV show reviews like Game of Thrones season end reviews, as well as, say, Wonder Woman and Alien Covenant and things like that recently. You can find all of our stuff at ObsessiveViewer.com. And, so today at Indy PopCon, we have with us Justin Purvis. How's it going?
It's going great, thanks.
Great. I didn't know. Did you want me to last name you there?
Well, you just did, so it's too late now.
Yeah.
I know. I'm Justin Purvis, and I'm the creator of the world's greatest movie trivia card game ever, MovieBuff.
Yeah, so the game is MovieBuff. You can find it at MovieBuffGame.com. It is it caught my eye because your signage at your booth, and you have like a little popcorn maker and everything. It's a legit setup. It's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it caught my eye, so I took a look and you kind of showed me how to play the game and everything, and it's a really great like card game that's, as you said, like there's no expansion packs or anything because you are the expansion pack.
That's right, because every single week new movies come out that you can add to this game. It makes it a lot easier for you.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So we'll get into the game here in a bit, but do you want to give us some background on the company and everything and how MovieBuff came to be and the other games in the
absolutely. So the game itself has been, I think anybody who loves to produce or create, it's a passion project that's taken you most of your life to do. The game itself has taken me 15 years to make between real life and actually making it happen.
Wow.
Various prototypes and then lawsuits. No, I'm kidding. No lawsuits. But so I wanted to create a game, and everyone who loves movies has been playing this kind of verbal game their entire life, where you would name an actor, that next person names a movie that actor was in, the next person names a different actor, and then so on and so on. Or the great game 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, which you connect anything to Kevin Bacon in 6 steps or less. And I was always playing those games, and I wanted to create a tangible version of it that also then let people who didn't know movies as well as I did still have the opportunity to win the game. And I actually think I've done it so well that I lose 75% of the time. So I made a really good game.
Nice.
But, so I self-produced this at first, ran a Kickstarter. We were successfully funded. I raised the money, and we made our first printing, sold out of that in our first year, made our second printing, sold out of that in 6 months. And while we were at a convention, a game distributor and publisher, actually it's a multimedia entertainment company, they approached me and asked about producing us from here on out. And the company is called Golden Bell Studios. And we were very excited about that because that meant not having to pay for printing ourselves anymore and, and then losing a portion of the sales in order to make that happen. So
you're
that way
a sellout, basically.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, I guess it's really a sellout if you've been paid.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm waiting to be a sellout. But we love the fact of not having to do like all the financial stuff anymore, because what I love doing is I love being at conventions. I love meeting new people, teaching them the games. And then having them, fall in love with it the way that I do, with movies, the way like you guys, the way we all are in love with movies. And so Golden Bell Studios approached me after I signed with them and partnered with them, long conversation and contract. They asked me if I'd step in and become the editor-in-chief of their newly formed games division, which is Golden Bell Games.
Nice.
So they're basically wanting to become, the goal is to become as big as Disney in the next 20, 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
And so we have a sector that makes comic books, sector that makes actual books, plush animals, games, movies, etc. And so, I jumped at the chance to be kind of the creative lead and helping other independent game designers get their works out in a little bit more than 15, slightly quicker than 15 years.
Sure.
And so that's where we are now. So we come to these shows, we set up our booth, we teach people how to play a lot of the games we make, and we're very excited for fourth quarter this year for the new games we'll be releasing and for 2018 and beyond.
Well, and before we go any further, we have to paint a word picture for our listeners of Justin's appearance. Do you moonlight by ushering in planes from the sky with your hair? Is that your night job?
It can only be my day job. I don't have any unless I can get. I could actually tack lights on this, and it would still stay up there.
Yeah. Justin has a large. It almost looks like the Dark Tower, actually, that we've been talking about a lot. Except it's purple, and that's at least a foot off of your head.
Yeah. I'm 7 foot tall with my hair up.
That's awesome. So
use the word majestic. It is.
I like that.
It's very, very, very majestic.
It's regal. Yeah.
Yes.
When they make the eventual statue of you when you get to Disney status, that's going to be a cool statue.
I know, it's going to be amazing, and all the kids will play ring toss.
Yes.
On their apps. It'll
exactly.
be great.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I think a lot of it just stemmed from, if you're at a convention like the huge conventions out there, I won't name any because we're at Indy PopCon and it's awesome. At Indy PopCon, there's a whole bunch of vendors here.
Yeah.
And you have to stand out. And so that's what we wanted to do. And that's why we make the popcorn. A lot of times we actually buy the popcorn from the convention center because they have rules that dictate you have to sell their stuff.
Gotcha.
So we'll buy the popcorn from them. We'll make it. We have the old movie marquee that I got from when I worked at Hollywood Video 20 years ago.
Awesome.
And we have banners, and my hair is crazy, so people will stop by and be like, "Man, I love your hair." I'm like, "Thanks. It's awesome, right? It's almost as great as my games. Come play my games." And then they do. And so it's always it's a lot of fun. It's just anything to catch someone's attention, because you have no idea what's going to bring any one of these amazing people over to our booths to talk to us and start a conversation.
Very cool.
That's very true. And it's the whole convention atmosphere is so it's such a strong community and everything, and it's such a stimulus overload for people. Like there's so much to take in and everything that it is good to stand out. Like we took apart a Rubik's Cube and solved it, so we've been offering tips to them, to the people that pass by with that.
Like other than just taking the stickers off, you actually literally disassembled a Rubik's Cube?
Disassembled the entire thing.
Wow.
So, yeah.
We solved it. We solved it.
We solved it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been amazed if you guys hadn't. That would have taken talent.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have MovieBuff at your booth and everything, and then there's another game that really caught my eye, and I think spoiler for our Shocktober and Irvington event in October, I'm gonna get these games and give them away as prizes. But is it You Are the Maniac?
Yeah, You Are the Maniac.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The packaging on that is so fantastic. It's in the style of an old VHS tape cassette like packaging, and it's like weathered, and it looks like a Friday the 13th cover. It's really that's really awesome. I love the nostalgia.
Yeah,
of it.
the guy Todd, the guy who created the game, great dude. I loved the game when I saw it, and I was actually extremely jealous when I saw it, because I was like, man, this was the game I would have, if I'd have been smarter, I would have done that. But yeah, it's an amazingly fun game, throwback to the old 80s and 90s slasher films. In the game, every one of us playing is a killer. The goal is to get the best trophies, being the townspeople. And you have maniac cards that you get to use, and they're various things like weapons, like the machete and the axe, the chainsaw, and masks like the skin face or the hockey mask, the burlap sack. These are all things you can use when you're killing the victims, and it gives you more points. And then there's also like strategy cards in there in your maniac cards, like the hot and steamy shower scene.
Oh,
these cards would do things like let you kill 2 in 1, or move a particular type of character to the kill spot, or even like save a character so that your opponent can't kill them and get the points. Then after that, just like in the end of every horror movie, you face off against your final girl. She's tougher because she made it to the end of the movie. She's worth more points. You have to resolve a plot twist, just like at the end of every movie. Somebody's like, "I'm your sister. I'm your father. Don't do it." Always in the same voice. "I'm your father. Stop. It tickles." And, if you can resolve the plot twist card, you get to kill the final girl. But if you don't, she then survives for the sequel, and you get to try again with 12 new victims to take out and that final girl. And after 3 rounds, whoever has the most points in their collection from the victims and the weapons and the masks that they've used is the ultimate maniac and wins the game.
So it's for kids.
Yeah, totally. It's super kid-friendly, family-friendly.
Nice.
No, that's brilliant. That sounds fantastic.
I'm really excited to dig in and get into, buy the copies of the games myself, and then also play the games and everything. And speaking of which, let's get back to MovieBuff. Can you kind of give a rough breakdown of how the game is played? It's a card-based game, kind of in the style of Uno. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to say it's a card-based game in the style of every card-based game. But yes, it is similar to Uno, because when we were designing it, what we wanted to do is we wanted to create the skeleton structure that would then allow you to create your own house rules. And so we thought, what's the simplest mechanic for winning? Get rid of your cards. So yeah, just like Uno, there is that. And there is the connectivity like in Uno. But basically what happens is you start with 10 cards that have been dealt out to you. You've got trivia cards and strategy cards in your hand. Now, you can start with any card, but let's just say that you started with your movie card. So you would lay it down, and you would name a movie. So, like, one of you guys name any movie you like?
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
All right, great. So now it comes to you, and you've got the actor card. So you lay down your actor card, and you name any actors in The Dark Knight.
Okay. Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. All right. So the next person, let's say it's me, I've got the roll card, I lay it down, I name any one of the characters from The Dark Knight. So maybe I'll say Lucius Fox.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then the next person has the quote card, lays it down, and gives any quote from the movie.
Madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good pull.
Nice.
Good pull. All right, so once you get all 4 pieces, movie, actor, role, and quote, you've completed what we call the take. Then we jump to a different movie. So we start thinking, all of the actors who were in Dark Knight have done other movies. The next person at the table, back to you, you happen to have, let's say, another movie card, so you lay it down, and you name any movie that anybody who is in Dark Knight was also in.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see.
So, yeah, it could be Christian Bale.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to. We have everyone. We got Michael Caine, you got Heath Ledger, you got Aaron Eckhart, Gary Oldman. Like, so you can literally jump in any direction.
Right.
Nice.
So where would you go?
Let's go with Michael Caine and Inception.
Inception.
Keep
okay.
it in the Christopher
Keep
Nolan
it
family.
in the Nolan verse.
Yeah.
All right. So then it's my turn next, and let's say I've got a quote card.
Okay.
Now, because there's no order to how you play your cards. So I lay that down, and I give any quote from the movie, and I can be like, you need to dream a little bigger, darling.
Nice.
Right? And the
Nice.
next person has an actor card, names any actor who's in it.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice.
And then it comes back to you, and you happen to have another actor card. You lay it down and name any other actor because every movie made has multiple actors, roles, and quotes in it. So in our game, you can play multiples of the actor, role, and quote cards.
Okay.
And we keep going like that until somebody gets rid of all their cards. And whenever you can't play your trivia cards, you switch over and use your strategy cards, like Reverse Angle, which will change the direction of gameplay. That's when the connection to Uno really clicks with people like, oh, like reverse and Uno.
Nice.
Or also every other game that utilizes a reverse card. But true, we have a reverse card. Then we have the Take 5 card, which will actually let you, just like on the movie sets, Take 5. You play it, you get to take a break, it skips your turn, you didn't have to give any trivia and you got rid of a card.
Cool.
Or you could simply just cut, stops everything. We had been connected to movies by the actors that were in them. We've now severed that connection, and the next player gets to start with the cards in their hand anywhere they want to.
Okay.
And the game continues like that. So you're not going to play the same game twice. No matter how many times you play it, you're never going to have to buy expansion packs because, like we said, these cards aren't going to get old. Every week new movies come out, you add to the game. That makes you the expansion pack. And the game itself plays up to 16 players.
That's
Wow.
fantastic. And now, because I'm definitely want us to get into playing the game here shortly. But am I remembering correctly? Did you say that there was talks of expanding MovieBuff into different types of games down the road?
Yes. So we have we knew when we created MovieBuff that there was the mechanic of the game was built really well. Surprise! Like just randomly, I was like, "This is amazing. We could do this in other things." So for the fourth quarter this year, we're going to be releasing TV Buff,
That's awesome.
Music Buff, and Sports Buff because
Wow.
in the world we have this crossover. Like you look at this in the sports world. Now I don't do sport ball, but I know of sporting athletes.
Yes.
They've been traded to other teams. They've even changed sports.
Right.
Like Michael Jordan went from playing basketball to playing baseball for a short time.
Right.
And I think Bo Jackson did the same thing.
Yes.
Again, yeah. That's the extent I know. Like I know any actor who's ever been in a movie. I know that.
Right.
That's the extent of it. But yeah, so that's what we're doing because the crossover that happens even in the music world. And one of the great things about it is once you have each of these games, you can hybridize it. Like we can go from a movie buff to sports buff or even music buff because of the athletes and artists who were in films. Like you can jump, like you look at Mos Def, who's done amazing work both in the booth and on the screen.
Right.
And you can jump between that, or Queen Latifah, or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, even Eminem.
Eminem, yeah.
So, yeah, those are the ones we'll be releasing. And we have a few more that we're working on for 2018. We're just not saying them yet.
Sure.
Until we've got all of the I's dotted and T's crossed.
Gotcha. Those non-disclosure agreements with like Disney style stuff.
Yeah,
that's
man.
really tough.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I look forward to you guys buying back Lucasfilm and in Marvel.
And doing it right every 3 years, not
Right.
every year. I got to applaud them, though. They're filling in any of the gaps that we had filled in ourselves from the books and then the various canon stories. But,
yeah.
hey,
And Tiny mentioned the Dark Tower earlier, and it's funny because like I have this anecdote that like I'm not a big Star Wars fan, I just didn't grow up with it or anything, and then I gave my friends so much crap about The Force Awakens. They were so amped for it, and they were so like they're buying BB-8 toys, and I'm like, what if he's the next Jar Jar? Like you just spent $80 on this remote control thing. And so I was like, cool, guys. And then, like, here we have The Dark Tower coming out here in a few weeks, and it's like I've pre-ordered pop figures. I've had nightmares about the movie being unceremoniously dumped on Netflix. I've had dreams where I am in the theater watching the movie, and it's like, I get it now. I get it now.
So
Yeah.
you get what it's like to be a movie fiend.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So how about we break out the game and we play a little bit
absolutely.
of it? Yeah.
Sure thing.
All right.
So I brought. We're currently, to let everyone know, we are currently sold out of them. We're taking pre-orders for the next round of games, which will be coming out in. We should have the shipment in the end of the month. So this is my one and only personal copy of the game.
Gotcha.
Wow. I have one copy of the original print and one copy of our second print. So I try and keep one. I actually cracked this guy open for you guys.
Nice.
I love you guys so much. So yeah,
we appreciate it.
My pleasure. So what I'm going to do is I'll just have you deal out yourself 10 cards.
10
I'll
cards.
deal 10 cards over here.
Okay. And while you're dealing, when you say you have pre-orders open and everything, how can people like find those pre-orders? Like just visit your booth, or do you go on the website and
you can do
there?
you can do it multiple ways. So you can come here. You can right to our booth. We're at booth 1114. Just follow the smell of the popcorn. You'll find us. We are taking pre-orders, and we're offering absolutely free shipping as well as combo specials all day long. You can also go online to our website, which is if you go to MovieBuffGame.com, it'll lump you right to our main website, or you can also check out GoldenBellStudios.com, and you can pre-order there. But I suggest you pre-order from me here because I get all of that money. So
Nice.
that's better for me. So do that.
Good deal.
All right, so now we're gonna play the official game, and I love doing visual card games on podcasts.
I know.
Because it really does make you. One of my friends once said to me, "Hey man, you should make a podcast of people playing the game." And I'm like, "Well, when you have to alter gameplay slightly. Just you have to announce what card you're playing, which isn't too bad. It's like those old timey radio serials." Like, oh, don't do that, Father.
Right.
Don't come through the doorway. All right. So, anyways, we'll start with you.
All right.
All right, Matt. You want this one? You can start with any card. So,
Okay.
I'd always in the demos. I always start with the movie card, but you don't have to do that. You can start with an actor card. The cool thing about that is if you lay down an actor and you name them. Now, right now, it's every single one of their movies until we narrow it down further.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we'll start with you, Matt, and then it'll go me, then you, Tiny.
All right. Let's see. I might take your suggestion and throw down an actor card. Let me think of one. Let's go with kind of actually oddly enough keeping it with the Inception and everything, Mr. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
All right, JGL. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, there's so many good movies of his.
Right?
Now I'm going to opt to just jump right into a movie because the movie card is the hardest one to get rid of because once you've laid down the movie, we can't switch to another one. So I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to, you know what? Fine. Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see.
I was going to be like Halloween H2O, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like that's- or
Yeah.
Brick, and I'm like, I don't even remember any lines from Brick. Right
Yeah.
now, so-
That'd be a tough one to quote.
Yeah.
Very tough one.
Yeah, that would make for a super fun podcast.
Right.
Okay. So
Brian
for let's
Johnson.
see for Dark Knight Rises, I'm going to put down a roll card here. Let's see. I'm going to bring up Catwoman.
Nice.
Selena
Nice.
Kyle.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Let's see. So then it's my turn now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'm going to throw down a quote card.
I have so many movie cards. I'm screwed.
And let's see. The quote I'm going to go with is I'm going to try my best to
Do it.
to do it here. Hang on, let me get my bearings on this. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Not bad.
I was born in the dark. You merely adopted it.
Nice. That's
Wow.
awesome. All right.
Theatricality is it? Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah, so you could do the whole thing. I remember doing. I remember doing the game. I was doing a demo for a game company one time. It was at Gen Con last year, and I started to do Ezekiel 25:17 from Pulp Fiction.
Nice.
Oh boy!
And I stopped because I was like, for decency's sake, I'm not going to go into it. And they're like, "What? Do it!" So I went full form. I brought my inner Sam Jackson out. Everyone was like walking by. They thought I was yelling at people.
Awesome.
All right. So what we did right there, because we got all 4 pieces, movie, actor, role, and quote. We've completed the take for Dark Knight. So now we're going to jump. Excuse me, Dark Knight Rises. So now we're going to jump to a different movie.
Okay.
So I'm going to jump using my movie card. I'm going to pick. I'm going to go a little old school.
Oh boy!
And I'm going to go with Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh boy!
Is that too much for you?
Ooh. Let me think here. Let me think.
You know, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it only because I actually I thought of a better one. I think it's going to be easier. So I'm going to go with The Professional.
Okay.
The Professional. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that movie.
I'd been. A lot of people have been doing Dark Knight stuff today at the booth, and I was thinking, somebody go to Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Please.
Nice.
That's why it was stuck in my head.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to put down a quote card here from The Professional.
Okay.
I got to get away from the mic from this one. Everyone!
Yes! Nice!
Nice.
One of my favorite actors.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to throw down an actor card. Say Natalie Portman.
Absolutely. And I'm going to throw down another actor card. And I'm going to name Jean Reno. Why not? Just give him, because he's amazing in it. So now we're still in The Professional because we haven't gotten all 4 pieces, even though we played 4 cards. We still need to name a character or use a role card. Now we can literally do more quotes from it. We could name more actors in it. Whatever you want to do.
Nice.
Okay. Who'd you name?
Jean Reno, or Jean Reno rather.
Okay. Okay. I'll put down the roll card then and complete this one for Leon.
Yeah, Leon.
Nice.
All right, so it's back to you, Matt. You're starting us off.
All right. Okay, so when you start, like if you start on a quote card, does that default to the movie, obviously?
Well, theoretically, yes, but the specific movie. So you're going to jump to a new movie if you wanted to use your quote card. So this is like this is next level gameplay.
Sure.
You're going to choose a quote from a movie that is in some way connected to the previous movie. So it might be, like you might put down a quote card and say, it's Gojira, because Jean Reno was in both The Professional and Godzilla, that classic masterpiece with Matthew Broderick.
Right.
So you would do something like that.
Okay.
So that's my easiest way of explaining.
Gotcha. It has to be related in some way.
It has to be related. Unless we cut, it's always going to be related.
I like that. Well, I have a surplus of movie cards, so I'm going to throw down a movie card. I'm going to go with the perennial classic Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, boy.
All right. So I am going to put a roll card down, and I will name Anakin Skywalker.
Okay. Matt's going to love this. I'm going to...
I know you're going to steal what I'm about to do, but go ahead.
I'm going to put down the quote card, and I'm going to say, I don't like sand. It's coarse and irritating. And it gets everywhere.
A friend of mine took a jar of sand to get Hayden Christensen to sign it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He laughed.
He laughed.
Did
about
he?
It.
He's
laughed
got
about
some
that
balls.
He signed it. So,
That's so cool.
Wow.
That's awesome. Let's see. I'm going to go with another roll card. And I'm going to go with Mr. Mr. Jar Jar Binks. I don't believe he had his political leanings in that movie
so
yet.
You're not going to go to Counselor Jar Jar Binks?
Counselor Jar Jar
You're
Binks. I don't
use
think
proper.
so. Yes.
Right. So I'll do another roll card, and I'll go with C-3PO.
Okay. Oh, boy.
I know, right? So many choices.
Yeah.
From that cinema classic masterpiece. It's getting its own Criterion collection. Just that one. Just that one.
Wow, I'm getting low. I don't have a lot of cards here.
Yeah, that means you're closer to winning.
Yeah.
The stress is on. The heat is on. It's like on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to do a reverse angle.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. Simply going to change it back around. Moving
Nice.
this back to me now. All right. So I am going to stick with what I've got, and I'm going to name. I'll go with R2D2. I'm naming another character from the movie.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And this is interesting because, like I said, if I have a surplus of movie cards, I can't. If I'm understanding correctly, I can't throw down a movie card unless we have
unless
the full
we
tape.
finished out. But one of the
Nice.
things we did kind of institute in the game and house rules is a kind of mulligan rule, where if
Okay.
it gets to you and for whatever reason you're just not happy with your cards, you can dump your entire hand and then draw back +1 as if you were just
okay.
drawing a card anyways.
Okay.
So if you wanted to take your turn and drop all those and then you draw back 6 cards instead of the 5 you have in your hand, we can totally do that.
I like that.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to throw down. I'm going to complete the take and do an actor card. Say Ewan McGregor,
There we go.
who I would love for them to make an Obi-Wan movie with.
Yes.
That's right.
Right.
Me too.
The in-between times.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
It's you, Tiny. So now we're done. We're jumping to a new movie using
Yes.
Attack of the Clones as
Okay.
our jumping off point.
Okay, let me see here. I'm going to go kind of to play off of what Matt just laid down. I'm going to put down a movie card. I'm going to go with Train Spotting
Train Spotting. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
for the kids.
I'm going to opt to take 5. I'm just going to go ahead and take a break. Go refresh my drink, get on IMDb. No, I'm kidding. Let's do this thing.
All right. It's been so long since I've seen it. If I were to throw down a quote card and just say gibberish, would that count as the one character?
Well, I would say not to any of the people here who are from England and
That's
Wales
true.
or Ireland and Scotland.
Okay.
I know. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why it gets tough.
So in this event, like if I don't have a quote.
Yeah, if you're unable
Yeah.
to play any of your cards for
You
whatever
have to
reason, you would
pick
just
up one?
take a card.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because I don't think, hey, look at that baby on the ceiling. I don't think that was. I don't think
Yeah.
that was a line in the movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. It's you, Tiny.
Okay.
He's going for the win. He's playing Cutthroat.
Oh, boy. This is awkward.
You picked the movie.
You
just
did
so
pick
you
the
know.
movie. Tiny.
I did pick the movie, but I just don't have cards. I'm going to have to do a reverse angle again.
Oh,
my God.
nice.
Yeah.
Back to Matt.
All right, that's
on
fine.
you.
That's fine.
Maybe you got a cut card. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be
Or you
awesome.
could reverse angle it back to him, too.
I could. Oh,
Sorry,
I could.
I'm looking at your cards. But
Right,
we're playing
no,
kind
no.
of open-faced anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to throw down an actor card. And, oh, wow, I can't remember the guy's name now. Oh, man, what is his name? He was in
Are
another
you talking
movie.
about the one that starts with an R and ends in Albert Carlisle?
Yes, that's exactly. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I said his name, you
Yeah.
knew his name.
As soon as you said R, I did think
I
Robert
know,
Carlyle.
that's what you're thinking.
But yeah. Robert Carlyle.
There we go. Listen, I'll help you out too, Tanya.
Okay.
Oh, it's to me, though. It's to
Oh, it
me.
is to you.
It's to you, yeah.
And I am I'm trying to remember, man. They've got a lot of... I'm going to have to take a card because I'm stuck trying... I keep thinking of Pony Boy, but that's from The Outsiders. So
Yeah.
I'm taking a card,
Okay.
and my turn is over. Back to you, Tiny.
All right. I'm not even sure what it does. I can't remember. I'm gonna do the edit card.
The edit card, good.
The
That's
edit
actually
card.
a great thing for you to do. So basically,
yeah.
what the edit card does is it acts as all the all the pieces were missing. All the missing
Okay.
pieces to the trivia. So it's
Okay.
acting as a quote, it's acting as a character's name, and it's ending the take. And on
Okay.
top of that, you're going to jump to a new movie.
Okay.
So you're going to use
Okay.
this edit card. That's going to become the new card, the new trivia card. It can be either movie, actor, role, or quote. So
So
you're
kind
gonna,
of like a wild card?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's like a wild card. So you're going to go there. So where do you want to jump from Train Spotting?
Okay.
Where
I'm
would
gonna
you like to jump using this card?
I'm gonna jump into a new movie, new genre,
Okay.
Toy Story.
Oh,
It has to be connected.
Oh, it has to be
It's
connected.
still, with the edit card,
That's
it
not
still has
connected
to be...
It's not connected to Train Spotting. What are you talking about? Oh, geez, has to be
It all,
connected.
it all happens
Okay.
in Ewan McGregor's head.
Okay,
The
I got
entire
it.
plot of Toy Story happens in Ewan McGregor's head
He's the-
as he's coming down.
He's the kid in Toy Story.
That's right.
Okay,
Oh,
so
indeed.
it has to be connected.
It does have, with the edit card, it does have to be connected.
Okay, I got another really good one.
so wait, Toy Story is a prequel to Train Spotting? then?
Duh.
Okay. All right.
And
No,
Toy
um,
Story 4 is going to be an epilogue, a
Little-
prologue.
A little dark. A little
Yeah,
dark.
very, very dark.
So since it has to be connected, I'm gonna go with Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Good. So now the edit card acts as the movie card, so we can't use another movie card.
Gotcha.
All right. So that opens it up, and I've got an actor card, so I'll lay it down, and I'll say Orlando Bloom.
Nice. I'm going to assume that Tiny has a ton of actor cards, and that's why he picked that movie, because everyone is in that freaking movie.
No, I was just. I wish that were the case. It's to me, right?
Is it,
No,
it's
you
to
just
me.
went. You just Black Hawk downed it. So
Yeah.
it's me, now it's you, Matt.
Okay, I still have this quote card. And I
Yeah,
can't
I wonder
think
if
of
you
any
can come up with
quotes.
a quote
Yeah.
from the movie Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if anyone says
Oh,
that
yeah.
in the movie.
I was legitimately going to say, hey, look at that Black Hawk. It's going down. But quote card, we got a Black Hawk down.
There you go.
Nice. Very well done.
All right, back to you, Tiny. Lay down one of your 15 actor cards. No, what you got?
I'm going to take 5.
Yeah,
there you go.
strategizing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am actually going to take my own advice, and I'm going to mulligan out my 3 remaining cards and draw, because I have a bunch of movie cards. So I'm going to draw 4 new cards to make up for that. So that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, now you're going down.
And yeah, I might actually take the mulligan too, because I need to get rid of those movie cards.
Nice.
So I need 4.
All right, so we're still in. So it's back to you, Tiny, and we're still in Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
You got them? You need more? You
Got
need
4.
more?
Yep.
Got 4?
Well-
we have 1 actor already, so
Okay.
we need roll and quote to be done.
I hate to do the same thing you guys are doing, but I have to do a mulligan as well.
Nice. So
all
now
I
you
have-
get your 2 cards.
Yes, all I have left is a
All
movie
right,
card.
there you go.
Thank you.
So we
Exactly.
have movie quote actor so far. So we need roll to
Yeah, we
complete
need roll and we need roll. Yeah, we did. You did give us a quote, a classic quote.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Black Hawk Down, everybody. Hey, like for that great movie, Houston, we have a problem.
Right.
All right. So it's my turn. I'm going to play the edit card. I'm going to edit out of that.
Oh,
And
double edit.
Yeah, right. Sometimes you have to do it. You get the cards. You got to plan.
Right.
So I'm going to opt to go to. let's go to the seminal Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice. All right, and then is it my turn?
Yeah, it's you, man.
Okay. So Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, and just to let you guys know, the rule of the game is you cannot win the game playing a strategy card.
Oh,
So if
okay.
that's your last card, you'll have to draw again.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Only because we're better than that, guys.
right. Okay, let's go with a roll card, and I'm going to go with Frodo Baggins.
Frodo Baggins.
Okay. I'm going to do an actor card. Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Viggo Mortensen. The great thing is he's got 1 card left, and we have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's been keeping them close to his chest. I can't see it
I know.
like I
Yeah.
see yours.
I've
Matt.
just been like, here, like, these are my cards, guys.
All right. So I am going to. I'll go John Rhys Davies. I'll play the actor card.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's see. I am going to go with the quote card. And I'm
Give it to us.
going to do
You were only born in the dark.
this.
Anyways, go.
And you are the Lord of the... No. We got a Lord of the Rings here.
I really do think that every movie should have the titular line uttered at some point.
I
Oh, those
really
are
do
the
think so,
Avengers.
too. Yeah.
This is the Age of Ultron.
Right. It's like in Suicide Squad when they're like, what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? But the quote I'm going to go with is, this is it. If I take one step further, it'll be the farthest from home I've ever been.
Nice.
Well
Good
done.
Quote. Good quote.
Well
Yeah,
done.
Thank you.
All right,
you.
Tiny, you about to win with this one?
I'm about to win with this one.
Oh, Tiny's
Yeah.
the grand champ.
I'm going to put down an actor card, Kate Blanchett.
There it is.
Yeah.
The winner,
I won.
Tiny. Yay,
you.
grand champion.
Thank you.
Good job, Tiny. I'm not a sore loser at all.
I thought you were going to go with one doesn't simply walk into Mordor.
Oh, yeah. That would have been
Perpetuate
a good one.
the meme, you know?
That would have been a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Here's
But that's
another.
okay. That's what the great
Yeah.
thing about it is. That's why when we were creating it, we wanted to because people will sit here and part of the fun of it, or I guess maybe the angst of playing the game is
Right.
when you actually do finish the take and then you have to leave that movie and you're like, no, I had so
Yeah.
many quotes I wanted to
Yes, yes.
I
Pulp
wanted
Fiction.
to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters.
Oh, man.
I got one. Oh no, and that's the fun of it. And like so many people actually tell me, like buddies of mine who are like massive competitive game players, they say when I play this game, I don't want to win. I want to just keep going.
Yeah.
Even when I do win, I say, all right, let's deal up and go again. Let's make this happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's just about sharing your love of movies with other people and just really just geeking out, just having some fun.
Absolutely.
And that's a great thing about it, and it's something that can bring people together. That's not necessarily. Like, you don't need to be necessarily that well versed in movies or anything. Like you said with 30 Rotten Scoundrels, it's like, what, but like, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings.
That was a great poll, by the way. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That's a great. I haven't seen that in like 15 years.
Yeah, and when we were designing the game, like my goal was, and like I said, like I lose the game 75% of the time because. Part of it is luck of the draw. You get cards given to you, and regardless of if you know the movie inside and out, if you've got 3 or 4 movie cards in your hand, it's going to be harder to get rid of. You're going to have to like pray that somebody decides not to lay down their movie card and be like, that was just dumb luck. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so the design and the strategy cards really kick in so that anybody can win. Like Corey, my wife, when we play with a group of people, she'll intentionally hoard reverse angle cards and then play them against me. So, like, it'll come to be my turn. She'll reverse angle it so it goes away from me. And then she'll have, like, an unspoken rule with the person on the other side of me. And they just keep reversing back and forth. And I'm like, I got 15 cards. Come on.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So, yeah, it's, and we also will do things like, if it's a group of us, it'll be like me versus 2 or 3 people as one person.
Okay.
Just because it makes it more fun and challenging. And I said, I'm sitting here being like starts with an R, ends in Albert Carlisle.
Right.
Because it's as fun to keep. It's more fun to keep the game going than it is to sit back and be like, ha 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 ha.
Absolutely.
You're gonna lose.
Naming
it. And that's the fun of it. Just having a that's I mean, I love competitive style games, but I prefer to just go ahead and play games or just share your love and
absolutely.
Yeah.
It seems like it's just a fantastic party game, and it's something that's very much tailored to like my love of movies and everything. And I can't wait to see like what TV Buff will be like.
And TV Buff is going to be awesome. I mean, a lot of people sit back and say, "Well, can't you just do the same thing you do with Movie Buff?" Well, yeah, you can. You can totally just do that and say movie instead, but we've got other cards and other artwork.
Nice.
And also it does make it easier if you want to hybridize it. And actually one of the things that people often ask me when they're playing the game, they're like, the ones who like really dig it and dig the higher level gameplay, they're like, well, what about director? How come you don't have a director card? And I was like, it's coming. Because we created what I call the bonus features.
Nice.
Because you don't need an expansion pack. So what's the thing you do for a game that doesn't need an expansion pack? You create an expansion pack.
Yeah.
But we created the bonus features, which gives you they're not necessary to make the take, but they're additional trivia and strategy cards for the people who really love it. And I was calling it the director's cut.
I was just going to ask. If that's what it's going to be.
If I could get the rights to say the Criterion Collection, I'd do that too, but I don't know that I can. But it's going to give you trivia cards like the director and featured song and even iconic landmark so that you can like jump to any movie that was filmed in New York. By the skyline or by like the Statue of Liberty. So like you can go from I Am Legend to The Godfather.
That's fantastic.
Without having to be connected to anything other than the Statue of Liberty. That kind of thing. And so then we also have strategy cards like Stunt Double, which is going to let you play 2 cards at once.
Oh, nice.
Or even I'm trying to remember which ones are in the director's cut. I think one's called like Stand-In, where you like swap. You can swap out a card with another player or something like that. So it's just things that kind of like bump up the energy level of the game but again, those are like the mass market doesn't want those. It's the people that really like jump be like, I want to be able to like go by Frank Capra movies, to jump directly by them and not have to worry about the actors and stuff like that. So jumping from Edgar Wright movies to whatever. Yeah.
Can I recommend a card that'd be cool?
Sure. I'm going to tell you we may have it already, but let's see. What you got?
I was going to say a reshoot card where you could play it with another card like a quote or an actor, and you could just name the same actor or the same quote or something like that, so you can get rid of 2 cards at once.
So we actually do have a reshoot card, but it's got a difference. So I'm going to talk to you about this later, Tiny.
Okay.
So the reshoot card that we're using actually allows you, how like when we were stuck in Oh God, what movie were we stuck in? What did you give us? What movie was it?
Trainspotting.
Trainspotting.
Trainspotting, yeah.
So our reshoot card allowed you to say, we're going back to Trainspotting. And all of the cards we've already used are off the table.
Okay.
So we have to still finish this take. But we
like
can't
that.
use Robert Carlyle. We can't use Ewan McGregor.
Oh,
And we
boy.
can't do our gibberish.
That's
so
great.
that's
Yeah.
that's the reshoot card. But I
Wow.
do like the concept of having, like, kind of, you're saying, like, multiple lines being said by the same people, or?
Yeah, basically, like, if you can't think of a quote, but you have a quote card, and then you have a reshoot card, put down your reshoot card, and you can put down your quote card, and it takes the place of the quote that someone else already said. But it's kind of weak because you're basically just piggybacking. It's
You
not
are piggybacking.
It's not
It's
fun.
something. It's
I'll
something.
put it. It's technical. It's not fun.
Yeah, well, that's what strategy cards are. They're technical and
Yeah.
not fun because you're like, you took 5, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Sucko.
By the way, guys, I know that we struggle with train spotting, but I mean, we got a train spotting here. The iconic line.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I think we're almost done with our time.
And on that note, let's finish.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so sick of these Star Wars. Gosh, we're certainly driving out of Africa.
Peace, not Star Wars.
Yeah. Star Peace, not Star Wars.
No, I am your Star Wars.
Yes, make Star Love, not Star Wars.
All
We're
right.
going to be sued by Disney. This
Yeah,
is
a little bit.
Well, you guys are going to own them soon anyway.
Now we're really going to get sued by them.
So, look, to kind of wind down, because I know that we've got like a couple minutes left, I think. Tell us again where they can find MovieBuff. And this director's cut, is this available? Like,
It will be. We're actually
will be.
working on the artwork right now.
Nice.
It should be available for the fourth quarter.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're very excited about that. There's a couple different versions. We'll be doing the director's cut, producer's cut, and the writer's cut.
Okay.
I was fine with one, but my business partners said, money, money, money.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I said, okay, whatever you say.
I like-
I don't make the business decisions anymore.
Right.
I like that. It's kind of like you're Ridley Scotting it. Have many different sets like the like Blade Runner. Different cuts.
I like that. Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
it's good because certain
Yeah.
people really connect with different aspects of it. Like
Exactly.
from the writer's side, from the producer's side, and even from the director's side.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they can you can find all of us if you're here at Indy PopCon. You should come check us out at booth 1114. You can also check us out on our website at MovieBuffGame.com, and on Facebook you can find us at MovieBuff Card Game, and on Twitter and Instagram we are at MovieBuffCG. Like us, follow us, buy from us.
And can we get the game like from your website? Can we get it on Amazon or where?
You
all?
will be able to get it on Amazon.
Okay.
Basically, right now, like I said, we are completely sold out of the games right now. Our third printing is on its way to us.
Okay.
We'll be getting it. We'll be getting it by the end of the month, and then shipping it out to all of our pre-orders. And then after that, we'll be putting it up on Amazon. We'll be putting it up on our website. And we have a couple other fun surprises that are really coming after we get the game in. We had to get the inventory first.
Gotcha.
There may be some sort of channel with which you purchase things on that I'll be on.
Okay.
Maybe. I can't
Nice.
say for sure. It could happen. So I'm very excited about that. Just building the brand, building the awareness, and just getting to be goofy on camera with other people is always fun.
That's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Well, you got a gem. That was fun. That's a lot
it's
of
such
fun.
a blast.
Thank you
And
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Justin. And for everyone here, you can find us at ObsessiveViewer.com and at ObsessiveViewer all over the place. Also, we do host a live event in Irvington here in Indianapolis on the east side. It's called Shocktober in Irvington. We have local filmmakers submit short horror films, and we interview them and we raffle off prizes. Again, we'll be raffling off definitely a copy of MovieBuff and some of the other games that they've got here. And that's on October 6th at the Irving Theater. Find more information at shocktoberinirvington.com, and you can find us at booth 1248. And thank you guys so much for listening to the Obsessive Viewer, and thanks again, Justin, and congrats on the game
Thank
and the certain and inevitable takeover of Disney.
It's true.
Yes.
I'm coming for you, Lord Vader.
All right, thanks, guys.
Very cool.
Okay, that was our first of two PopCon episodes for 2017's Indy PopCon. That was our interview with Justin Purvis from MovieBuff, a fantastic card game for movie fans. I have ordered 2 copies of it, one for personal copy and another for Shocktober in Irvington, which again is October 6th at the Irving Theater here in Indianapolis and in Irvington, actually. Find more information at shocktoberinirvington.com. Tickets are on sale now, from now until September 4th. Tickets will be $6. After September 4th, they go up to $8. Use the promo code podcast1 for $1 off admission. Check out shocktoberinirvington.com for more details, and coming soon in the podcast feed will be our vendor interviews for Indy PopCon 2017. That episode should drop in about probably a couple days. Apologies for the delay getting this one out, but we are going to get them out shortly. All right. And, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to The Obsessive Viewer, presented by ObsessiveViewer.com. You can find more of our episodes at OVPodcast.com, and you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or anywhere else podcasts are found. If you'd like to support the show, the best and easiest way is to leave us a rating and a review on iTunes. More ratings and reviews means it'll be easier for people to find the show in the highly competitive film and TV podcast genre. It also provides us with valuable feedback on the show. If you'd like to donate to the podcast, you can make a one-time PayPal donation at obsessiveviewer.com/donate, or become a patron at patreon.com/obsessiveviewer for recurring donations with different reward tiers. Every donation goes toward paying the fees to keep the podcast running and is greatly appreciated. For official Obsessive Viewer merch, including shirts, mugs, notebooks, phone cases, and more, visit our TeePublic store. You can also buy other great TeePublic designs in our store, and we'll get a small commission on the sale. You can find a link to the store in the show notes of this episode and at obsessiveviewer.com/donate. The Obsessive Viewer's theme song is An Eclipse of Events and is provided by Loudlike from their EP Mistakes We Must Make. You can find that and more great music from them on iTunes, and like their Facebook page at facebook.com/loudlikemusic. Any and all feedback on the podcast is encouraged. We love to hear from you guys. You can contact us by emailing podcast@obsessiveviewer.com or by tweeting us at obsessiveviewer, at obsessivetiny, and at IamMikeWhite. You can also like us on Facebook and join the Facebook group at facebook.com/theobsessiveviewer, where you can take part in discussions and polls between episodes. For more podcast content, check out Anthology, Matt's solo podcast, where he's reviewing The Twilight Zone as a first-time viewer and exploring other classic and contemporary science fiction anthology TV shows. You can find Anthology at anthologypod.com and anywhere podcasts are found. For book lovers, you can check out our sister site at obsessivebooknerd.com for book reviews, author spotlights, and a general celebration of reading. Finally, if you're philosophically curious, check out Tiny's side project podcast, The Secular Perspective, which explores the concepts of faith, religion, and existence from the perspective of secular hosts Chad and Amanda. You can find that at thesecularperspective.com and subscribe to the podcast on the app of your choice. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.